What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Chris Webber here, got Candace Parker, my man Baron Davis, and the Diesel. Now, we got a great doubleheader tonight, but first we want to talk about some other basketball things, and I think we should talk about the champs. That's the Warriors, and auto traders accelerate your game, and it brings us to this stat. And Shaq, I'm going to ask you as a multi-time champion, being ranked in all of those categories for your bench, is that enough to win a championship?
Yes and no. I've played on teams where we had an excellent bench, and I've also won championships on teams where we really didn't have much of a bench. You know, if your main guys plus the additional guys that are playing, if they start very well and they play very well, you only need your guys to just come in and do certain things. Play defense, hit timely shots. You know, all the teams that have great benches, they also have a chance. But listen, they got 4 juggernauts on the floor most of the time. So, you know, when you got a guy coming off the bench, he's not going to be asked to do much. Just needs to hit timely shots. I'm more concerned with the defense. Last year they were ranked 11th. This year they're ranked 15th. So they are having some problems. But to me, I'm going to say it's boredom. They know what it takes to win. You know, right now they're in, what, first, second? Yeah, they're in first, so, you know, they know what they have to do. And I think once the playoff comes around, they're definitely going to hit that switch. And they have many things that they can go to.
Well, when we talk about, must be a joke coming up somewhere. We talk about the many things we can go to, Candace. When you look at them signing Bogut, it kind of addresses what Shaq said, just come in and do your job. But at the same time, he's a passer, a facilitator. Do you think that them bringing him in says something that they need a little bit more, or do you think it's just shoring up the offense?
I think it's just shoring up the offense. But, you know, obviously you want to bring that back in terms of what's in the locker room. He knows the offense. He knows the system. But listen, to what Shaq said, they've played 83 playoff games. That's an entire extra season in the last 4 years. It is boredom, and I believe the fans are getting spoiled because you've done a job, and when you first do it, you do it to all your ability, but then mentally you get tired, you get bored. Shaq, you've won back-to-back-to-back. To win championships, it takes mental toughness, and regular season is not what they're playing for. They're playing for the playoffs, and you know, we're talking about Phoenix. We're sitting up here and talking about what? Allen Iverson. We're talking about Phoenix. Right. We're not talking about a playoff series. We're talking about Phoenix. And so the Warriors are still #1 in the West. I don't really think they have much to worry about. You know,
BD, the other day I did a game. It was in Milwaukee. It literally was the most boring game I've been to in my life, including like my 5th grade nephew's game. I'm talking about it was quiet in there and everybody's like, don't say it. I'm like, I'm a player. I'm supposed to say what's going on in the building. And it was until Antetokounmpo got a technical that everybody woke up in the 4th quarter. Yeah. And when you look the other day at what Klay Thompson said, because I'm watching TV today, I'm hearing all these people, oh, you're a professional. Could you talk a little bit about the relationship between the fans and the players as far as bringing positive energy? You played in one of the best places ever in Golden State when you dunked and told them to get in your belly. Yeah. How can the crowd, though, kind of pump you up? What do they need to understand about their relationship?
I think, for one, you know, you got to understand that you are a fan, and your job is to root the more you root the team on, the better the team will do. Any negativity towards your team is really, talking about the players, yelling at the players is not going to make them play better. I think with Klay Thompson, the Warriors and the fans have had such a very romantic relationship, right? And it's been great. But at the same time, you get a lot of new Warrior fans, right? And I think those people are the ones that's kind of feeding into the headlines. So I think for him, he was just kind of separating the real from the fake.
Yeah, that's what's up. It's a great way to put it. That's why I like asking things like that. And, when you look at the rest of the team, you look at Boogie Cousins, and it's been a lot made of him having a -9 on the plus-minus side of defense. And he's overcoming an injury. He's getting back with the new team. But if we look right here on this play, I want to ask you guys, do you think, as you see him over there, teams are going to start putting a 4 in to switch with him? And you see Curry right now telling them where to go. Him and Livingston don't know where to switch. Do you guys think that this is going to be more of a problem for the Warriors? And this is what I mean. Boogie's one of the best big men in the game. But teams are going to try to start attacking him, namely off the pick and roll, or off of putting their 4-man in, making the lineup small. Do you think that that's going to be a constant adjustment for this team?
Yeah, I think, if I'm a team, I'm definitely attacking that situation. I think putting Boogie out on the perimeter on the defensive end and attacking him. But I think the Warriors got to do a better job when Boogie is in the game, just overutilizing him, right? Make him the dominant figure in the game on the offensive end, their best weapon is their offense. I always say that about Golden State.
You know, we're not primed as big guys to be on the perimeter playing defense. So anytime you have a team that their defensive mentality is switch 1 through 5, that's going to happen. But you know, when it comes playoff time, I would rather teams try to isolate my big men than to do other things. Like if you're going to beat the Golden State Warriors just trying to go at Boogie, good luck with that. So, you know, he's there not for defense. He's there for his offense, his rebounding, you know, his grit, his attitude. But listen, this happens all around the league where you got guys trying to, you know, get big guys on the wing. Like they try to do it to us all the time, get us on the wing, make a play and shoot jumpers. If I'm playing against a guy, I want him to shoot those long shots anyway.
Yeah, bail out, yeah, definitely. And another guy you talk about the defense, and is Draymond Green. And lately he's been criticized. We've heard kind of what Coach Kerr said yesterday or the other day, that he was tired of the way Draymond was playing in these games. We know, first of all, he's the heart and soul of this team. Without him, they may not have any championships. He's allowed Curry to be the best player and others. But when you look at this situation going on there, his numbers and stats, BD, Candace, do you guys see any concern?
Well, when you look at his numbers and his stats and his field goal percentage, I mean, it's been a tendency of the defense always to dare Draymond to shoot that outside shot. He's been the lone warrior on the floor that has not really consistently knocked down, and it's a team, they're willing to live with that as a team with him making shots. I think where we're missing is in playoffs, he makes those extra plays. He's the one that initiates the offense, and he's the one that speeds up the tempo, and he's not necessarily doing that in the regular season.
Yeah, I would say the only thing for Draymond is all season he's never looked for that shot. And usually, you know, I would say his offensive aggressiveness has kind of weaned down throughout the years. If he were to, you know, look for those shots, be aggressive coming out, like Candace said, he's a playmaker on the offensive end, on the defensive end. But if he comes out looking for those shots, he's a shot maker. And he's a big-time performer once the playoffs happen. And so I think it's important for him to get himself into that rhythm now.
Well, we've all played with guys that hit timely shots. Yeah. Not a shooter. Look, you're playing with guys that are out there shooting threes. Ask Your Mama is my name, Shakasilo. But you know, you got guys. That's actually pretty good. Such a fool. That's actually a pretty good one.
You ain't let my man shake. You forgot what you were about to say? He said, ask your mama. Players only.
I got many more jokes though coming.